Hi, I'm Professor Susan Roger and I'm going to solve an APT. So I'm on the CompSci 201 website. I'm going to click on the APTs tab and I'll scroll down and I can see that APT set 1 is available. Also notice if you have problems, there's a lot of hints on what to do if you have problems below that. I'm going to click on the submitting code and it's going to give me the main APT page. I'm going to do the Gravity APT, so you can just click on that and it'll give you the problem statement. So you can read through this, but essentially there's a class called Gravity and it has a method called falling with two parameters, time and velo for velocity. They're both doubles, and then I'm supposed to fill in the code. So I'm going to go ahead and just make a copy of that. That'll be quite helpful because it's very important to make sure you spell the name of the class and the name of the method exactly. It also has a nice formula down here. It tells me a formula for the distance that we're supposed to compute. And it also has tells me that acceleration due to gravity is 9.8 millimeters per second squared. I'm going to scroll down a little bit more. It has lots of examples, so those may be helpful to use. All right, so I'm ready to start the APT. I'm going to go to my IntelliJ, and this is my project 0. I'm going to create a new folder to put all my APTs for APT set 1. So I'll just say new project, and just next. And next, and then here I need to find where I'm going to put it. So you probably may have to browse to it. I have a folder called Spring 20. I'm going to put it in Aardvark. I'm going to create a new folder in there, and I'm going to already has that set up. And then I don't want Aardvark. I want to call it APT-1. So now you can see it's in my Aardvark folder. I'm going to create a new project, which is also a folder, called APT-1. And I'll click Finish. And it's going to create that folder. And project, I'll put it in a new window. And now we can actually create the Java file. So if I click on that, I can see I want to put all my APTs in the source folder. So I can click that, and if I say I want something new here, it's going to assume since it's a source folder, I probably want a Java class. Yes. Now this is very important. Be sure to type it the same way. It had a capital G, Gravity. Okay. And it started the class for me, but remember I copied from the handout the start of the class Gravity, so I'm just going to copy that here. That's helpful because it's already got the name of the method, which is falling. It's going to return a double, and it has two parameters already set there, so I don't have to type all of that. Now, what do I need to do? I need to essentially use this formula here. So I'm going to copy that and bring it over here into my IntelliJ. I'm just going to put that down here for a minute so I can see what I'm supposed to type. Here's a formula. Okay, so it looks like I am going to return. Actually, before I do that, let me show you one more thing. I'm just going to put a comment here so it's not part of the code. I want to actually run it on the APT first before I start modifying it. That's always a good idea. This says it returns a double, and I'm just returning 1.0, which is a double, because I just want to make sure that I have the name of the class correct and I have the name of the method correct. So I'm going to come back over here and I'm going to select Gravity. I'm going to also have to upload the file. So this is where it's important. I need to browse to it, and let's see, I got to find it in here. So I have to find my, let's see. No, I want to go to, let's go here. All right, so I have to find where I put my idea projects folder, and then this is Spring 20, I put it in my aardvark folder, and there it is, APT-1. And in the source, it will see there's gravity.java. So that's the file I want to upload. Select that and open it. And you can see it says gravity.java here. Now let's run it. So if I click run, first thing it's going to do is ask me to type in my net ID. So I've got to do that. And then I'm going to click login. And almost every time you type in your net ID, it's going to fail. It's just the software is a little buggy. So then it says, if it's the first time, you need to resubmit. So I'm going to go back again, and now I'm going to just click test run again. So it ran, and that's a good sign if it's giving me input and output. That means I have the name of the method correct and I have the name of the class correct. And unfortunately, I didn't get anything right, so let's try to do that now. So I'll go back here, and now I'm going to go back to IntelliJ, and I'm going to I have this formula down here. So I'm going to go ahead and type in the formula. So it's the distance is the velocity, which is velo, times t, which is the time, plus 0.5 times the acceleration was 9.8. That was on the handout, and then times time. Now I could continue to run it and test it on the APT tester, but what I could also do is I could also add a main and test it here. So I think I'll do that. I already have sort of a template main. I can just grab this and I would add it here. Now if you want to test it with a main, first of all you have to create an object for the class. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to type in, it's of type gravity for this object. I have to make up a name, let's see, gr, and then I have to create it. It's a new gravity. So now I've created an object of type gravity, and I would like for that object to call this method, which is named falling. So I'm going to put that in here. I'm going to print out, first of all, a string that will say falling, and I need to give it some input value. So let's look over here again on the gravity description. It says if you pass in 3 for time and 5 for velocity, it should return 59.1. So let's try that. Let's go back here. All right, so again, that was 3, 5, 59.1. So let me go back to IntelliJ. I'm going to say falling with 3, 5 should return is, and then present D. That will tell me what the number, and then I'm going to put in here, I'm going to actually call the method falling 3, 5. And so let's go ahead and run this. So we will click add configuration. Okay. Does it have the run button yet? Let's see. Well, here's a run button. We can just click here. Run gravity. All right, so it's running. We'll just wait. We'll wait. There we go. Oh, it says we have an error. It says, oh, we didn't use the name of the class. So if we're going to call a method for the object, we have to put gr dot falling. Gr is the name of our variable, which is of type gravity. So when we call a method, we have to do that. So let's try running that again. And we can actually run it up here now. That's why it wasn't set, because there was an error. All right, it's running again. Oh, we got an error. Okay, so we have an exception. Let's see. It looks like it's a format error, and it tells us if we click here, the error is on line 9, which is our print statement. So it turns out that if we look at this, we're passing the wrong types. So These are integers, and it looks like it wants doubles passed. So these should actually be 3.0 and 5.0. And just to make it clear, in my comment here, I'll also do that. This is just a comment, so it doesn't really matter. But we'll try that. All right, let's run that. Run Gravity now. We still have an error. The error is in 9.9, and it's a printf error. It looks like a formatting error. Illegal format conversion. D is not a double. I have the wrong type here. So %D is for integers. I actually need to change this to %F. Let's try that now. So this is good to just debug it on your computer because it's faster to debug it here than every time sending it up to the cloud to run. It ran. So let's see. Falling 3.0, 5.0 is 29.7. And let's look over here. It's wrong. It's 59.1. So somewhere, let's see, our formula is here. It's t squared. I forgot to copy that little 2 there. So that's supposed to be time squared. Let me fix that. So I'll come back over here. This is supposed to be time times time. And let's try that. All right, running it one more time. And now we have 59.1. So now we have at least got one correct answer. We could test more if we wanted to, but now I'm a little bit more confident. Let's try it on the web page. So let's go back over here. We already have gravity.java, so we don't have to upload it again, I believe, but we'll try that. So let's run it. We got all green! Awesome! So this is very exciting when you get all green, and you're more likely to get all green if you debug it first on your own computer. That's very exciting. Anyway, hope you enjoyed solving an APT.